about beauty being in the eye of the beholder?
There is no such thing.
Huh? What about that?
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but that ain't gonna make you popular. That ain't gonna make you successful. I mean, you can be ugly as sin and still be beautiful to somebody. I'm not saying that's not.
So we can't be.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Deep MCs, the podcast that seeks to push meaningful conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Oh, just living the dream one day at a time. One day at a time. I'm kind of hoping I keep saying these things and there'll be catchphrases for people, for listeners out there.
Living the dream one day at a time.
One day at a time. Nightmares are dreams, and we continue to keep going. I want someone I don't even know.
There's something laced
to pick that up.
Just know if you pick that up, just know that it's laced with something. So
maybe, right? I don't know. I kind of feel like I wish we had another. I really wish there was another camera angle too. I want some in our face action. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on something to see what I can figure out.
I mean, we had another setup, man.
I mean, we did.
Okay,
it's a lot of work though. I don't know.
Didn't you just say you wanted it though?
I do. But that's not a good. It's not a good quality camera.
Okay,
camera
but we
setup.
need some sponsors to sponsor us another camera,
or at least loan us one. Can we?
No, we don't want to loan it.
A borrow?
Nope.
A permanent borrow.
A permanent borrow. Okay.
When black folks borrow. But yeah, let me hold that for a second.
Let's hold it
forever.
Yeah. A hold is never said. I was gonna let go of the hold.
I was gonna let go of the hold. Can I please hold that? I promise you gonna get it back. It's gonna be at your funeral, but
yeah, I mean, I'll give it to your kid. Yeah,
exactly. Just one nice camera. If anybody out there wants to let us hold one nice camera,
let us hold it.
Let us hold it. Thank you.
We starting off good today, man. Good.
What are we getting into today? What are we getting into,
man? So today we are going to dig a little bit, man, into are you attracted to me or to my content?
To me or to my content? That is a very good question for everybody out there. That's obviously they're not attracted to anything because we're not getting enough views. So,
we are getting some views. Man, stop that. Come on, man. Y'all are watching.
Yes, y'all are watching.
We appreciate you.
And there are people out there that are watching that are not subscribing and not liking. So shame on you.
I mean, you have those people, man, that are watching. That. Kind of watching in the background.
Watching from the back.
Hadn't said anything, hadn't clicked on anything.
Yeah, but
they watch faithfully.
Let them engage. It's okay to engage. Don't be afraid to engage. It helps, right? It helps the algorithm.
It does.
It helps.
Not only the algorithm, it helps us create additional content, right?
Right. Suggestions always welcome.
Always welcome.
I'm tired of doing. What would you like to see on Instagram? Because that's annoying. The more that I can stay off social media, the better.
Nope.
Right?
You created this animal now.
Because of this exact situation that we're going to talk about right now. Are you attracted to me or to my content? I think, and we had kind of talked about before when I was telling you about the situation with the guy with the cars, and I think it's just with anybody really, it always seems to be if you're doing something good or you're doing something for a positive benefit other than just foolishness.
Yeah.
right? You don't really get any I don't want to say reward because it's not about rewards, right? If you're just trying to do it right, but I guess the recognition, you only get that recognition if you're already famous or you're already somebody. But even then, to get that, you have to be a certain type of person to have that.
Yeah,
right?
man. I feel like we're looking a lot for. In this this generation marked by COVID and everything else, that this is going to kind of put a check on who we are as a people. I think a lot of people are just looking for an outlet, some kind of entertainment.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, I there was an algorithm that I was looking at the other day, man, and it said this guy, he did a test, right? He was talking about his normal content on one half, but then on the other half, he did this split video, and he had this girl twerking in a video, no sound, no nothing, just a video, and then he was talking over it, but used his normal content.
Right.
His viewership
went up,
quadrupled,
went up.
It shot all the way up, which is
ridiculous,
crazy.
Yeah, it's
same content,
same.
But this video clicked into some type of algorithm that we said, okay, I would prefer to see this twerking than I would,
No, but and that's the truth. So low key at 6 minutes and 11 seconds in there. If you guys don't like twerking, close your eyes right now. We're
about to add a video.
We're about to insert 4 minutes of twerking to see if it helps. To see if it helps our algorithms. I apologize. This is all for science. We're doing it for science.
We have to we have to test it and prove it.
We have to test it and prove. No, but it is the truth, right? And I see it all. I see it all the time, especially in Instagram. As one of the main ones, man. I mean, you look at it, and I'm telling you, there's only 4 poses in all of Instagram, and everybody does the same ones.
I got
and you just see more ass than you know what to do with, and that's everything that is pulling the likes, and even more so than guys with great physiques, like even more so than that, and I guess because maybe they get it from dual sides. So you have the guys that want to look at it and the girls that want to be it.
Yeah.
So you get double the likes. But at the end of the day, I mean, really, when you think about what we're doing, you're liking ass. That's what it boils down to, right? And it's kind of funny because it was brought up before. So I've mentioned, I think in previous podcasts, there's a podcaster named Derek. He is Canadian, since we're doing working with Canada now, but he has More Plates, More Dates on YouTube, and he's a very well put together dude, well built, and he's very educational about supplementation and steroid use and everything that you need to know about the workout realm. Very knowledgeable in that aspect. But he was actually doing a interview with Joe Aesthetic, who is actually a really popular bodybuilder online now, and they were having a conversation about just content versus I guess it's content versus content, right? Like physical, verbal content versus visual content.
Yeah, right.
And they were talking about the people, like even with guys, Joe does very well because he's a very likable person. He's a very down to earth, real person with a great physique. So he does very well with that because you get to see who he is, and he's just real authentic, versus the guys with great physiques that are just horrible personalities.
I got you.
And they don't do as well.
Right.
And you look at that comparison to these females that are out there. It doesn't matter. If you have a big ass, you just put on a thong and out there, and then you're 5,000 views if nobody even knows who you are.
So with that, I think which one do you want though, right? Because if we're looking at something like like we're trying to do here, right? And we have we can do a physical presentation all day long, right? We can present this whole Milli Vanilli, right? We could do that, and then you know, not have a whole lot of content. Then we haven't fulfilled anything, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think we're talking about getting, you know, needing a new camera for what? If we're just, you know,
for Twerk Fest 2022 next year,
no,
season 2. But I mean, and that's the thing. So, well, this goes off in 2 different avenues, but I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where it perpetuates itself. You know, if we don't, right? So we can say what do you want, you know, and what do you want to produce and what do you want to put out there, and maybe we do need to insert a Twerk video at 6 minutes and whatever the seconds are, right? Because for me, I guess the situation becomes a lot of people either reach a point of giving up, a point of selling out, and it further makes the situation worse, right? So because we already know the algorithms are set up to pick up foolishness, to pick up people being stupid, right? Mm-hmm. We've had that conversation before. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's going to cue. It doesn't matter what the content is underneath it or the content is above it or whatever. It's that visual that it picks up on, and that's what it puts out there. And if you allow it to be that, and you continue to allow it to be that, it's going to continue to put it out there more and more. Therefore, it's not going to cycle, right?
Don't you perpetuate though? So when we add that 6 minutes in, right, and we drop that video in, right, don't we perpetuate the foolishness that continues to go on?
Yeah, yes, but with a purpose, right? It's an experiment because here we are, right? You're snagging. You have to divert. Someone has to divert that attention, right? Because if you stay your course, and I guess that comes to the point of the giving up portion, right? Is that at the end of the day, there are some things that we all have to accept in life, right? And a lot of, I mean, it's arguable, and some people will say it's not really controversial, but some people won't agree with it. You know, some people will say, as long as you work hard, you can have everything that you want. That's bullshit. And I think everybody knows that. It's more about who you know, or being in the right place at the right time.
It's not all about hard work.
It's not, because you see a lot of people that make it and they're just like, I got lucky, it just happened to work. You know, it's about being in the right place at the right time. It's about having a little bit of luck behind you. You know, for the same reason, you know, like football. There's people that work their ass off that just never going to make it to the NFL because you're at a bad school, or you came from a family that didn't have any money. You didn't get exposure. That's just the nature of the beast, and you know.
But there are some that do make it.
Very, very few. I mean, you're always going to have the people that slip through the cracks, but it's a lot less than. And I think that's where that luck comes in, right? You know, you can be the person that can't afford go to the good school, but you just happen to get that exposure because Scout's car broke down, and you know, there's always something weird. You know, there's something out there. You know, but like I said, for every, you know, Michael Jordan that made it to the NBA, there was probably 20 people that were just as good as him that just
so if you take that, right, and say the moment does come where somebody comes across your content and is like, you know, dang, this is it, right? But then go back to a couple shows ago and see, you know, old girl twerking.
Yes.
You know, they didn't come across that didn't bring them to the content, but the content actually was enough for them when they came there, and they were the influencer or whatever it was that had the power to kind of push you. Now they see, you know, old girl over here, and now they have a completely different idea about what you can. That also be a negative in that moment?
I mean, yeah, there's always that opportunity. I mean, I'm not saying that someone should
I got you.
have deep have deep, meaningful conversations over Girls Gone Wild, right? As instead of the editors, whatever, the editor's cut, director's cut, you just, but it would be interesting to see, right? It's what's new, what's different, or it doesn't have to be that. It could just be what's popular at this point in time right now. Milk crate dumbass challenge.
So, bro, clearly I'm too big to get on one milk crate.
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying we need to just find a cut.
So we need a reel of milk crates.
Yeah, we need a reel of milk crates. Give me 30 to 45 seconds of milk crate in the beginning.
What have we gotten to, man?
Right.
Well, we gotta.
But that's the thing, right? That's how bad it has gotten, and I guess that's where I challenge people to really think about and really consider, what's going on. And I guess maybe some people don't care, but a lot of these girls out there, a lot of these women out there, a lot of these guys that are out there, a lot of these men that are out there, I want them to really question, like, do you really think you're that entertaining? Do you really think that you're putting that much good, honestly, or making that big of a difference out?
It's good at the moment, right? And so the newest thing is the newest thing, right? And it lasts for, like, because I hadn't seen the milk crate challenge in maybe a month now. Right. It's kind of dying off a little bit.
It's going away.
It's going away, right? You've seen enough people fall off of it so that now, you know what I'm saying, you've gotten your laughs in. Now what's the next crazy thing that's gonna come up? And so
I don't want there to be one. That's the problem.
Clearly there's gonna be another one, right? Because we did milk crates, we've done a whole lot of other stuff, right? I've seen people jump over this and jump over that, and
But side note story, and this is where I guess I was just we were too before our time. Like, the stuff that they're doing now isn't even.
It's not that groundbreaking, right?
It's not groundbreaking. It's not amazing.
It's on social media, though.
It's not.
That's what's happening.
I guess maybe I wish I had social media when I'm jealous. I wish I had social media when I was a kid. I know
MySpace.
When we had, it was even before then. Because, YouTube wasn't even.
You're right. Yeah.
Out, back. Yep. YouTube's still fairly new. A lot of people probably don't remember life without it, but it's still fairly new. But I remember, one time when we were young, we were in high school, and we were like, all right, we're going to. I don't know why. I know why. We were under the influence first and foremost. So don't try this at home, but. We were doing track and stuff like that, and it's always this jump. Can you jump this? Can you do this? Whatever. Right. So we actually, I don't know if we actually broke into a construction yard.
Here we go.
Right. We broke into a construction yard, and we stole we borrowed some tractor tires.
You let me hold it.
Yeah, they let us hold some tractor tires, right? Big tractor tires, like the 4-foot tractor tires.
The ones
that you be out there trying to strongman before CrossFit was CrossFit.
Right.
And we were flipping this tractor tire. So we stole some tractor tires, put them in the back of a truck, took them out to the middle of nowhere.
How many of you guys was it to steal? You said tires, which means that's plural.
Yes. So we had some tractor tires.
How many of you guys were stealing tires?
Not very many. We were in shape. We were the ones that would pick the principal's car up and turn it sideways so they couldn't get out of control.
Okay,
right. But we got some tires, and then we got some little tires because they were there too, right? So we're gonna take these tires too, whatever. And then we took them out to the middle of nowhere, and then we stacked the tractor tires up, put the little tires in between it, filled it with gas, and then set the whole thing on fire. So now we got
just made a bomb in the middle
tire fire for whatever. And then we were like, all right, who can jump over this?
Got it.
Who
could jump over this?
And I mean, I lost some eyebrows. I mean, I don't have any now, but I definitely lost some then.
It was a prerequisite.
Probably I'm gonna have lung cancer because I breathed in all kind of black
Tire
smoke.
fumes.
But it's just stuff like that. And there wasn't for I think we had one video camera, and it was like the one that to take the little tapes.
Yeah,
I got you. And I remember my mom watched it, and she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?" Just the stuff that we would do, right? And it wasn't for. It was kids having fun. It wasn't for whatever. I don't know, man.
So the difference between that and this, I mean, I get it that you guys were high school, but these are some grown
adults falling off a milk crate.
Grown adults
being stupid,
who are climbing on milk crates.
Yeah.
And where do you find that many milk crates? Who has that many milk crates?
They're holding them. they're holding them. I mean, black folks probably do. They use them as chairs and stools.
Stop that, man.
Everything
you know what?
else.
Stop that, dude.
I'm perpetuating.
Yeah, man.
But that's the thing, though, too, right? Is when you see that's the thing is what are you attracted to, and what is that saying about you, right? I mean, I guess the same thing was for the longest time, like World Star. You don't really hear too much about World Star, but
right.
World Star was hot for a minute, and you were trying to get what I mean. I guess that was the craze, right? Because it was World Star, right? Like you were trying to get content to put up to be.
Man, it's always the extreme, right? I mean, you have. Excuse me. Even when you look at different things, right? You have extreme home makeover, right? And so you have these people who basically is tearing it all down and starting all over, and then you're behind the gun to get it finished, right?
Right.
With the big reveal, and everything has to be to the next level, in order for us to be entertained by it at this point.
And that's the thing, though, and that's when does it stop, and when does it get realistic? For the people out there. And that's because like we set out to do this show. I mean, obviously because we wanted to do it and with hopes that it would reach somebody, even if it's one person or whatever. But there's more people out there like us that are trying to do the same thing, that are trying to reach the same people or the same audience in a different part of the world, and they're not able to get there because they're pushed down by whatever the situation is, and whatever the algorithm is, and social media moves very fast, and so if you're not on that cutting edge, you kind of miss that. But how do we fight back and change that, right? How do we fight back and move that needle to where there is more of a balance? Because the likes, they're coming to whatever's on top, usually, until someone gets bored and then they're gone, and then you miss the quality content. And it's not about, I mean, for me, it's not about being famous or being out there or being whatever, and like we talked about yesterday, just like even with the reels, right? Right. There's one reel with 21,000 views, which is not a lot in comparison, I understand that, but when all the others are 8 or 5,
what triggered it?
This is what triggered it.
What was that?
And when you're out there, and I'm not putting myself out there, I'm not putting skin out there, I'm not doing anything, I'm just trying to put responsible, good content. You can do this, and it's not picked up. And like I said, you have people that really want to do this or want to make a change. Like, people are going to get to the point of wanting to give up or wanting to sell out, and then we lose more lights. We lose more lights to kind of guide through those dark times and through that craziness. And if someone out there has an idea or a solution to try to combat this, I want to hear it, because we do need to make a change. And it just, the perception is just bad because we're liking the hell out of these people, whether it's a woman or a man or whatever. Like, they are literally doing the same thing every day. It's an ass shot every day. right? And so, or an ab shot every day. And when they do that, and it sounds like I'm hating on them. I mean, yay for them, they're getting their money. But when they do that, then depend on their level of success, right? They continue to grow, and now this ass shot is 20,000 likes and 2 million followers, and this ab shot is 20,000 likes and 3 million followers, and now we're giving people money to continue to post the same, and then it's a constant perpetuation. We're promoting, we're paying for foolishness, we're helping support stupidity, right? You're helping these people live these crazy lifestyles because of a body part, that you're not getting anything. You're still, at the end of the day, when you put your phone down, you looked at 200 asses and 500 sets of pecs, and the only thing that you got from it was more depressed, but you gave them all money, and then they get this large head, like they're changing the world with their spandex, and nothing is getting better.
I think at the end of the day, man, we have to, because even hearing you say that, right? And we talked about, adding the 6 minutes in, adding the video in. I think it's important that there is something different, right? And our initial intent, right, was to go in with the idea that we were going to do something different, we were going to be different, right? And when you go in to forge a different platform or forge a different path, it's not going to be, easily, right. Nobody's really following behind you when you're going through a forest that you've never been through, right? They want to go through the path that's easier, that's easy to take, right? Yeah. And so they're going to see, this is what I'm entertained by. This is cool. I know them. I know what to expect. I know on every Wednesday I'm about to get this update, right? And I'm gonna see this new TikTok video or whatever it is, right? And how many more dances do you need to learn?
The problem is they're not dancing anymore. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not even dancing. But that's the thing, is that I think they're making people stupid.
I don't necessarily making people stupid.
You guys out there, but you see them though.
But it does dumb us down.
They turn into drones, and then they're just.
Well, there's even something, so it's funny you say that, man, because there's one of the things that I had to break. There was a habit I had to break, because the first thing I was doing as soon as I woke up was picking up that phone, like eyes open, bloop.
Yep, and there it is,
right? And let me see, like, no brush teeth, no nothing. Before I can even get up and go, before anything, bloop, let me see what happened last night, And like I said, okay, you have to.
You got to come back.
You got to cut this, right?
Yeah.
Because there's clearly nothing that happened. They have your number. If they needed to call you, they would have. So there's clearly nothing else that happened in the world that you need to scroll through. And I'm not even looking for news. I'm looking to see what somebody else posted.
Yeah, what somebody else put up. Yeah.
And so I'm looking for content just mindlessly. Just content that's not furthering anything that I'm doing, that's not gonna strengthen my day. I'm not looking at the stocks, to see what Bitcoin was doing. That's not what I was looking at.
No.
And so man, I think we have to consciously decide, what, this is really not helping me. It's really not offering. Yeah, it may give me a little moment of entertainment, for a second. But at the end of the day, I still have to go deal with whatever I got to go deal with over here. And that didn't help me. That didn't help me at all.
At all. But then I guess the backside of that now, and this is the one that people aren't, they're not be able to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow for that, right? It's because of the accessibility and the ability to create content so easily. There's a lot of people out there that are creating content with grandiose hopes and dreams that are just never gonna make it. Right? And those people need to stop. they need to stop, right? And there's reasons for it. There's things out there and no one is telling them. And maybe people could look at us and be like, you guys need to stop. I mean, I'm not going to, you're not going to, right? It is what it is.
Right.
So I understand that. But I guess, I mean, with we're trying to fill a purpose, and I guess I'm talking with the people that are not trying to fill a purpose, right? Like I was looking at one on Instagram, and I think I told you about it. And like they're doing these things, like they're doing everything that you would see from a top influencer, right?
Okay.
Like they're making all these reels and doing all this dumbass boomerang shit, like, you know,
because they've submitted this kind of game plan, right? This outline of the things you need to do to become this great influencer,
to become great. And they're doing everything. They're posting annoyingly, right? They're posting so much to try to get out, and they're doing all of these things. They're checking all these boxes, but they are ugly as sin. No, so here.
Come on, man.
But look, this is the thing, right? Just as a Val would always say, they are hard on the eyes, right? They are hard on the eyes. Shout out Val.
What's up, Val?
But yeah, that makes a difference. And I think as much as people, like, there's two types of people that make it.
Okay.
Right? You have the beautiful people and the fucking ridiculous looking.
So that's that. So okay, we are superficial people, right? We can be very superficial and lock into, because even with content that's not supposed to entertain, you still need to sometimes even a good look still gets you an open door, right?
It does,
right? So yeah, that's part of it. But I think it looks like we're breaking some of those boundaries now, man.
I don't think that
you don't
we
think
are.
so?
No, I don't, because there's still, like.
So we just talked about body shaming and all of those kind of things, right?
Yes.
You don't think that's getting better?
No, we did talk about those things, but what I'm saying is there needs to be, like, some people need to understand it doesn't. And this is the world that we live in. It doesn't matter how great your content is if you don't have the look. And, like, yeah, even if you think about the things that are out there that are supposed to be quote unquote inclusive, they're not. You know, like I was watching it was like a Gap commercial, and I can't remember. I don't know the lady's name. She's on a show on Hulu, I guess. I don't know her name. But it was basically, they were saying we have all sizes 0 to 30 at Gap, right? There were, first of all, there was no zeros in that commercial, and if they were probably hiding behind the 30s and you couldn't see them.
Stupid.
But the point of what I'm trying to say
What is the point, Shepard?
all of the women of these larger sizes that were in there, yes, they had larger women, but they were all very attractive larger women.
Okay.
They didn't go pick triple cellulite, double roll, whatever.
Come on, bro.
No, but it's the truth. I mean, think about it. Really, I want everybody to really think about it.
It's still an advertisement at the end of the day.
But that's all that social media is an advertisement.
Right.
That's all that these things are. You're advertising, and if you don't have the look, it doesn't matter how, like, you have to be famous. And that's the thing. Even if you look at the people that are, like, on TV, the ones that are getting their own TV shows that are on the not attractive side, right? Where are you seeing them at? You're seeing them on My 700 Pound Life, 1,000 Pound Sisters. It's ridiculous. You know, it's the ridiculous. You know, the people that are out there that are not attractive, they become popular because of some ridiculous characteristic, like they have giant eyes, or their mouth, they're like the woman with the mouth that could put stacked four donuts in. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, there's no, it's but all,
that's
it's
not,
all for
I don't
show.
think that's regulated to social media. I think it's been blown up by social media.
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't even hire, say, the face of your business, right? Let's take social media out. Let's go 20 years back, and you were coming in to interview at this position, and it was a front office position, right? You were the first person that they were going to see.
You got to be on point.
You had to look a certain way, right? Exactly. Unconsciously, I know that was part of the hiring process.
Yes.
So that's not unheard of.
Yeah,
it's just being magnified now because we have this World Wide Web that we can just click on in a second.
Yeah, and it's putting more people out there thinking that they're going to change the game.
So what about beauty being in the eye of the beholder?
There is no such thing.
Huh? What about that?
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but that ain't gonna make you popular. That ain't gonna make you successful. I mean, you can be ugly as sin and still be beautiful to somebody. I'm not saying that's not.
So we can't be ugly and successful?
No, not if you're not grotesquely. I challenge.
I need to understand this premise you're going. We can't be ugly and successful, or
because it has to be. It has
physically
to be extreme.
You feel like it has to be extreme.
Extreme, because I mean, let's just take some minutes. I mean, think about it. You look at any movie or any show out there, especially when you started to come and introduce more races, more ethnicities, more whatever. I mean, how many ugly people, right? Did you realistically, how many, right? If they weren't grotesque, or there wasn't something wrong, right? Like, if you're not, you think about black culture and black movies and stuff, right? For the longest time, we only had like 3 black actors that were in everything. There was way more out there, but there was always, what do you always hear? Oh, they're so good looking. Oh, they're this, that, the other. Oh, you didn't pick, crackhead Joe or whoever it was or whatever it is. Like, you didn't pick the regular Joe Smo black guy. Like, there is a certain look. There is a certain it factor that you have. I mean, for it doesn't matter. Social media is the same thing. There's always something it's always gravitated towards. We even talk about, when you were including bigger people, like, even then they wouldn't, for the longest time, they wouldn't get a bigger person. They would get a good looking person and put them in a fat suit, right? So you're still aesthetically pleasing, right? And then you do get occasions where you do have people where they just pick something like Precious, right? How many times does she get dogged on in rap songs? Oh, you're ugly like Precious, and this, that, and the other, and whatever else. And that was a big girl. She was a big girl, but how long did she last after that? Yeah, I got you. Because there's not an appeal. There's not a continuous appeal. Like, you were there for a reason. You were at that point, you were a prop. I hate to call a person a prop, but
it was almost an experiment.
She's not out there now, and there's a reason for it. And if the body shaming, we can talk about, we talked about that, whatever. If that wasn't a thing, or that didn't have an effect, you wouldn't see so many people changing their looks drastically because of it. Rebel Wilson went from, very large to very small. Even what's her name, Melissa McCarthy, was larger, and she slimmed down. And they say, oh, it's for me, and I feel, and that's great if that's the case, right? But there's also, then now you're attractive, and now you're a dude, and look at this person stunning in this and that and whatever. You weren't stunning when you were a 30, right? And now you're stunning because you're a 15 or an 8 or whatever. And then it gets more traction, it gets, whatever. And I mean, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Like I'm not the most attractive person, whatever, and I don't care personally. It doesn't bother me, but there are a lot of people out there who have to accept that you're ugly. like you may be beautiful to your mama, right? A face only a mom could love, but at the end of the day, you're ugly. Just enjoy your life that you have. This is not.
So ugly people.
This is not for you.
So ugly people can't create good content that gets. Hold on. That gets heard, and people will follow. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying they gotta be really ugly.
So something has to be real extreme.
They gotta be real. They gotta be real, and
like they almost have to be.
I hate to say. Okay, let me rephrase. I'm sorry if I called you ugly. Some of you still are. Welcome to the group. I guess let me say this, right? Let me rephrase. It's not ugly. There's a spectrum, right? Of extremely attractive.
But isn't that because you and I are attracted to different women, I believe.
No, for sure. But there's still, I mean, right, like you. They've done the science of attractiveness, right? And it doesn't matter the color. There's symmetry. There's this. There's that. Like there is something to it that pulls you in, right? And that's there. And it doesn't matter your race. You can still be attracted no matter your race if you have a quality. But the mass appeal, I guess, is where we're going, right?
I got
There's a large spectrum, and if you're in the middle of that, you don't got a chance. You don't got a chance. You're gonna get washed away in the sea of whatever, right? Because I don't know, you just are. You don't see.
So man, I was watching. It's one of the things we watch, right? We watch Married at First Sight. Okay, and we watch it, and we was checking out.
Yeah.
It's good entertainment, right? And I'm looking at these pairings, and I'm like,
that don't seem right.
That don't or I'm putting myself kind of in it, and I was like, I don't know.
Work.
That wouldn't work, right? But these people, they get together and they're like, oh, you were so beautiful. I was mesmerized by, you were exactly my type. Which let me know that, there was something about that person that clicked, and they had never even met that person. That there would be somebody that they would pick from across the room. But for me, I was like, no, I don't think so.
But also in those shows, they all got issues.
Well, we all got issues.
I mean, we
just don't have it on the show.
Yeah, but that's the difference, right?
We have ours on the podcast.
They're that far out there that they got like, you're like, damn, like you really. People that get on those shows like that, they're just setting them, and a lot of it's scripted though too, right?
I mean, I get that, right?
Know each other, but I don't know, like, and again, that's I don't know, that's one of those weird things. They're quirky people. They're not average. They're not average people.
What are they not average? They're people that just decided they wanted to do this. And then the
drama pops off, and then they.
Of course.
That's what.
That's what happens when you force somebody to get married and they didn't know the other person.
Exactly, and that's why that is successful, because it's foolishness.
I'm just talking about the attraction. I already know the show is.
That ain't attraction. Yeah, of course you're gonna pick the beautiful person and put him with the ugly dude. That's normal, right? Because you even see, like, in normal situations, people that are attractive by mass appeal, you always hear them complain about, well, people always just come to me for my looks and this and that and whatever, and then you put them with the ugly person that is excited because they've never been with an attractive person, but then they care about more than that. Then they're like, oh, yeah, this is yada yada. And then at the end of the day, they realize this dude's ugly, this girl's ugly. We don't want to do it.
We've gone officially off the rail.
We have gone off the rail. At the end of the day, all I want people to understand is we need to change the way that we view things. We need to change the way that we interact with content somehow, so that we are not perpetuating foolishness. We're not perpetuating just a look, right? Because then everybody becomes that look, and that's when you lose your individuality. You lose who you really are.
Fully agree.
And that's what I want to wash away. And really, that's what this is all about. You know, it's about being attracted to the content, being attracted to the person that you are. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, unless you're taking some genetically enhanced or some hormones or whatever, like for 99% of us, at the end of the day, that ass is gonna drop, tits are gonna sag, six packs are gonna go away, pecs aren't gonna be hard. You're gonna lose it.
Yeah, right.
And then what are you gonna be left with?
Right.
Are you gonna have anything? Are you gonna have any type of content?
If you've built yourself on those things, when those things begin to deteriorate, then you've got to redefine who you are, right?
And it's gonna be too late to figure out who you are.
And it's gonna be hard at that point.
At that point.
So I mean, I completely agree with what you said, and I think that's why, you know, we have to continue to put out good content, because when all is said and done, when everything fails, you know, when all of the stuff begins to droop and to fall and to fall out, you know what I'm saying? Then what is the there has to be a place where you can go and get something real that's going to be lasting and that's going to help you through more than just this superficial, you know, kind of time in your life. And hopefully that there will be some content that'll do that, man.
I'm hoping so. So everybody out there, you're not ugly. Some of you are, but the majority of you are not. Be genuine, be yourself, be authentic, let your personality shine through, and everything's gonna be okay. Right?
I'm done.
I'm done.
Okay, we can end on that.
We're gonna leave it right there.